3 days ago, a guy named Mark walked out of a mattress store in Chicago. He didn't buy a luxury bed. He bought a standard, comfortable mattress for $1,200. But Mark didn't hand over a credit card or cash. Instead, the salesman gave him a warm corporate smile and set him up on a special promotion. $38 a month for 36 months. Mark looked at the paperwork, thought $38 is less than my weekly coffee budget, signed the line, and left feeling like he beat the system. But Mark didn't beat the system. He just rented his own time back from a bank. Belows. If you look closely at the fine print of that zero down, low monthly payment promotion, you'll find a hidden annual percentage rate of 24% after the promotional window hits, or a baked-in financing fee that quietly turned a $1,200 mattress into a $1,700 financial anchor. Mark thinks he bought a bed. What he actually did was commit to working a specific number of hours over the next 3 years entirely to fund the profit margin of a financing company. And this isn't an isolated mistake. This is the structural framework of the modern economy. We are surrounded by an entire ecosystem designed to make borrowing money look like a lifestyle choice. Buy now, pay later. Drive it home today, figure out the payments next month. Finance your vacation, finance your clothes, finance your dinner. The system wants you to measure your financial health entirely by whether you can cover the monthly minimum check. Why? Because the system knows something you don't. If you don't understand interest, you don't understand freedom. My name is Nick, and I've spent way too much time tracking how simple percentages quietly strip people of their autonomy before they even realize they're trapped. If you're tired of earning a good paycheck and watching it evaporate into invisible bills every single month, hit subscribe, because by the end of this video, you'll see the exact mathematical lever that separates the people who own their lives from the people who are just leasing their existence from a bank. Let's strip away all the academic jargon and look at interest for what it actually is: a legal tax on your future days. When you borrow money to buy something you can't afford with cash, you aren't just taking out a loan, you are selling a piece of your future labor. Think about it. If you take out an $8,000 credit card balance at a 22% interest rate, you aren't just paying back $8,000, you are agreeing to generate thousands of dollars in extra cash that requires real, physical hours of your life to earn. Interest is a single mathematical force that works on a lever. If you are on the wrong side of the lever, it acts as a wealth destroyer that works against you while you sleep. If you are on the right side of the lever, it acts as an employee that clocks in for you every single Monday morning without ever demanding a vacation. Most people spend their entire lives on the wrong side of that lever, and they do it because of a psychological vulnerability called payment anchoring. When a dealership sells you a car, they don't want you to look at the total sticker price of $45,000. They want you to look at one number, $650 a month. Your brain anchors to that monthly payment. You look at your paycheck, you see that you have $700 left over after rent, and you think, I can afford this car. But let's look at what that anchor is hiding. If that $650 payment is stretched across a 72-month loan at an 8% interest rate, you aren't paying $45,000 for that car. You are paying nearly $57,000. That is $12,000 of pure interest. Think about what $12,000 represents to a regular worker making $60,000 a year after taxes. That isn't just money. That is roughly 3 full months of continuous labor. That is 3 months of waking up early, sitting in traffic, dealing with a difficult manager, and trading your finite time on Earth, not to pay down the car, but to line the pockets of an auto lending institution. You didn't just buy a vehicle. You volunteered to give up a quarter of your working year for free. Sit with that for a second. Every time you finance a lifestyle upgrade, you are choosing to work a little bit longer before you can ever afford to stop. Quick favor before we look at the exact math that flips this trap into an absolute wealth machine. If this concept is challenging how you look at your monthly payments, hit the like button. It takes 1 second, it's completely free, and it tells the algorithm that public audiences want actual math instead of consumer hype. Now, let's look at what happens when you decide to change sides on the lever. This is where the math gets genuinely beautiful. Let's take Logan and Jace again, our two individuals earning identical salaries. Logan chooses the consumer route. He has a $5,000 credit card balance at 24% interest, a car loan with $5,000 of interest remaining, and a financed sofa. Every month, Logan pays $400 just in pure interest charges. That money vanishes into the financial ether. It builds zero equity. It buys zero future security. It is simply an overhead cost on his past decisions. Jace, on the other hand, refuses to play the financing game. He lives in a cheaper apartment, drives a boring vehicle he paid cash for, and takes that exact same $400 a month and automates it directly into a total market index fund, yielding a historical average of 9%. Let's run the numbers forward over 25 years. Logan spends 25 years paying off various revolving consumer debts, handing hundreds of thousands of dollars over to financial institutions. He ends up with zero assets from those interest payments. Jace runs his $400 monthly automation habit for those same 25 years. Because his money is the entity asterisk, earning asterisk, the interest and compounding over time, his account doesn't sit at zero. Jace ends up with over $440,000 sitting in his brokerage account. Same salary, same monthly capacity. The only difference is that Logan used his capacity to build the bank's balance sheet, while Jace used his to buy back his absolute freedom. The market doesn't care about your good intentions. It only cares about architecture. If your financial architecture is built on paying interest, you are structurally trapped as a worker. If your architecture is built on receiving interest, you are structurally evolving into an owner. And this leads us directly to the concept of the crossover point. The moment where the daily interest your investments generate out-earns the physical energy you put into the system. When you have $100,000 invested, a standard market return throws off roughly $7,000 a year on its own. That is money working for you while you sleep, while you are on vacation, or while you are spending time with your family. It is an automated employee that doesn't call in sick. Once you cross that line, your lifestyle stops feeling like a continuous sprint on a treadmill and starts feeling like an actual asset accumulation strategy. So, how do you structurally escape the interest trap if you're currently on the wrong side of the lever? It requires a simple, aggressive 3-step playbook. Step 1. Declare an immediate freeze on all new consumer financing. Stop using buy now, pay later apps. Stop financing furniture, electronics, or vacations. If you cannot afford to buy it twice over with the cash currently sitting in your checking account, you cannot afford it, period. End of discussion. Step 2. Audit your debt stack by interest rate, not balance size. Line them up from highest percentage to lowest percentage. This is the mathematically optimal way to stop the bleeding. Every extra dollar you have must be automatically funneled into the highest interest rate debt first, while you maintain minimum payments on the rest. Paying off a 24% credit card balance isn't just clearing debt. It is the functional equivalent of securing a guaranteed, risk-free 24% return on your money. No investment asset on earth can beat that math. Step 3. Once those high-interest anchors are completely cleared, do not alter your lifestyle speed. Take the exact monthly cash flow that used to belong to the credit card company and redirect the autopay straight into your investment account. Your brain is already trained to live without that cash every month. Just change the destination routing numbers from the bank's vault to your own future. The system we live in is masterfully engineered to keep you trading your hours for depreciating items. It frames debt as convenience and interest as a normal cost of living. But now you know the underlying rule of the game. Every percentage point you pay to someone else is a day of your life you handed away for permission to look wealthy today. Stop buying the illusion of success with the reality of your freedom. Reclaim your math, automate your humility, and step completely out of the way.
Meet a Moxie and...
If you've watched this far and realize your finances have been structured on the wrong side of the lever, don't worry. You can change the routing numbers today. Clear the high interest, set up the automatic transfer, and let compounding take over the work. And if you want to understand the mechanics behind turning dry financial concepts into highly engaging visual narratives like this one, we break down our entire scripting and channel building process step by step inside our private school community for faceless content creators. The link is right below in the description. There's zero pressure. It'll be there whenever you're ready to look. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. It's just the raw math that your local bank manager is relying on you never calculating for yourself. Take what's useful, leave the rest, and drop a comment below letting me know if you're currently paying the interest tax or collecting it. I'll see you in the next video.